I once met a buyer in China who was happy to pay $5 per hoodie, but refused a $100 fee for a custom sample. That small upfront cost felt expensive, and I agree, we need a fair sample charge. But refusing that fee does not remove the risk. You see, a small sample fee of $100 today could save you $10,000 later on, but only if you understand what the sample is really testing. Today, I'll share one sampling detail that I missed that cost me thousands of dollars and 4 practical checks that can help protect your deposit before production begins. My name is Dwayne Scott. I have sourced products from China for over 13 years, building supply chain systems for the largest carnival in the Caribbean. So, if the sample is not really about saving a few dollars, what is it really about? Now, here's a hidden truth. A sample is not just something you hold in your hand and approve. A sample is a test of the factory's capability before you make that final decision to pay a deposit. And once you pay the deposit, your money is already committed, and it's really difficult to get it back. So, how do you use the sample stage to learn the truth before the real money is at risk? We all think the sample stage is about checking the product. Does it look right? Is the color correct? Is the logo in the right place? Does the material feel good? Yep, those things matter. Here, you can see me confirming the sample details with Bob at our cap factory in Dongwon City. But this is only the visible layer. And like an iceberg, beneath the surface is a system that created the sample. And that is what I pay most attention to when sourcing from China. You are learning who listens, who asks the right questions, who follows instructions, who takes shortcuts, and unfortunately, who says yes too quickly. Because a finished sample that is not quite right yet and is close enough is still a warning sign, especially when the factory promises bulk production will be much better. Correcting a sample before production is normal, but correcting the same mistake after 2,000 pieces are finished can become an irreversible and expensive problem. And I too have been there, and it does not feel good. This happened to me with missing paint on an order of watering cans for my Amazon business. And guess what happened? Amazon shut down my account, costing me thousands of dollars. Not good. Unfortunately, a loose end during sampling can become a much bigger risk during mass production. So do not treat the sample as the finish line. Treat it as an important part of your due diligence. So how do we minimize that risk before it becomes a container full of defects? We need a sample strategy, and I organize this with my MAP framework: mindset, approach, and progress. The old mindset is, how cheaply can I get the sample? And the new mindset is, what can this sample teach me before I commit with a deposit? You see, we buy samples to reduce uncertainty. First, you test the product. Second, you test the factory. And third, you test the person managing your order. And that's exactly how I evaluated my caps with Bob at his factory. You see, you gotta remember, a sample is not made only by machines and workers. It is managed by people. So, what should you check before approving the sample? Well, we're going to use 4 practical checks. And when applied before production, they can reduce uncertainty and give you more confidence before committing the larger deposit. So the first check is, document every detail on a BOM before the sample is made. Clear instructions create accurate samples. Use a bill of materials to document every specification, including size, color, logos, materials, waterproofing, UV coating, and any other requirement for your product. Feel free to review the guided workshop lesson on finding a fair price to help you with a BOM. Now, once both parties agree, sign the BOM in the approval box to confirm a mutual understanding before sampling begins. And the second check is compare more than one factory. Do not depend only on one factory's sample. It is always best to order samples from at least 3 qualified suppliers so you can compare prices, product quality, communication, and each factory's production capability. The third check is do not rush the sampling process. Give yourself enough time to get the samples right. If the color, the logo, or another specification is incorrect, ask the factory to fix it before you pay the deposit. Now, a sample revision is normal, but do not accept we'll correct it before bulk production. Because once you pay the deposit, you become committed. So move step by step and resolve every misalignment before production begins. This process also reveals whether the factory is truly aligned with you, putting your needs first and correcting mistakes without friction. And the fourth check, keep the approved sample as a production standard. Your sample is approved, well done. But that approved sample now becomes a standard for production, packing, quality control, and final inspection. The factory's job is to replicate it consistently across the full order. And I recommend keep an additional approved sample with your buying office in China, because this gives an independent third-party inspector a reliable reference when checking the final production. But what happens if you don't have a buying office? It's okay, just send the additional approved sample to one of your other trusted suppliers in China who can just hold it for future inspections. And here's a bonus tip. Ask the factory, if I pay the sample fee, will you return it if I place the bulk order? And most factories will say yes, because they want your order and the sample fee is negligible compared with the value of gaining a new customer. So how do we know if we are progressing? Well, the sample gives you evidence to either move forward or find another supplier. So look for the green flags. The factory can follow the BOM easily. The factory confirms with detailed questions. Communication is clear. And the red flags are also simple. They rush the sample. They cannot follow the details in the BOM. They promise that bulk production will be better without correcting the sample. Dealing with them just feels like friction. So one red flag doesn't always mean you should walk away, right? But it does mean slow down, because progress is not blind trust. It is controlled trust based on facts and systems. And this is a real transformation in not only how you order samples, but in how you protect your business. And the shift is simple. Stop treating samples as small products to approve. Start using them as evidence before trusting a factory with the larger order. And that is how a business owner moves and begins thinking like a supply chain architect. And now that you understand how samples protect your deposit, you may really want to understand how to protect the larger order. And in this video, I explain 5 production checks to complete before paying the final balance. You can download the free worksheet in the description, then watch the video right here.